How is the perspective then, now that you said third wave of venture capital in Brazil? How has it changed as an asset class? How does the Brazilian institutional investor, ELPs, how do they view venture capital now compared to 5-10 years ago?
What changed was, let's say you were an American and you went to invest in Brazil. And you've heard a lot of news that in Brazil, the political environment is probably not the very same of what you have in the US. And the currency, like the economy and everything. All of these things, when you put it on a basket, will come up to the foreign investor as something like, I have to get a premium in order to take these amounts of risk because I'm investing here in the US, the largest economy in the world. And on top of that, you have the Brazilian bureaucracy and like the way the deals were structured and the corporate, like the Brazilian corporate law. And that was one of the most important things that changed and favored the ecosystem in Brazil, because back then, all the investments, the angel investments, they were done using a convertible note instrument that we call contratos de mútuo conversíveis. And the thing about the contratos de mútuos is that it was created as a sort of like as if I were lending money to the company with the option to convert that in equity. But when I decided to invest in the companies and when angel investors decided to start investing in these companies, they were hiring the lawyers that were used to do like more mature investments. The deal terms, they were very different from one another. Imagine in the US, a moment where you didn't have the safes. So there were no standardized deal terms. The company that raised the first round had a very particular investment instrument. And when the company graduated to the seed round, it had another very creative instrument. And when the company progressed to the Series A, it had like a more complex, layered
more due diligence.
Instrument.
Every round, it just gets more complex and more difficult.
Exactly. And when the foreign investors looked at it, they were like, if this is not obvious, super, very interesting, if the company is not growing at least twice what we have in the median here in the US, I'm not even wasting my time because I'll have to spend a lot of money with the due diligence, trying to get to know local partners and everything. And what changed was the angel investment became more popular and the angel investors started to become more sophisticated as the first VC-backed companies started to exit, and these early employees started to reinvest their capital within other people in the ecosystem. And when they were choosing the investment terms, like the convertible notes or the saves and everything, they chose a more founder-friendly instrument because they knew that if I get too aggressive on this round, the subsequent investor will ask for the same stuff, and then the stacking of complexities will be very high. And this is what I call like this new wave, the third wave of venture capital that starts like in 2018, 19, where you had like some interesting exits going around. And these people started to reinvest in these companies.